Today we're going to talk to you about goat births and what exactly you need to prepare for your goats that are about to give birth. Wanted to show you something. So on his bottom, you can see right here, that is what their first poop kind of looks like. And it's very, very waxy, or not waxy, but it's almost like a tar, like a newborn baby. And what happens is the mom will actually come and lick the baby's bottom to make sure that they actually use the bathroom, and it clears them up. And the reason why it has poop on him is because Penelope didn't do such a good job doing that. And it's like cement on them, so it's really hard to get off, and eventually it'll just fall off and it'll be okay for him. But he doesn't have a blockage, so he's gonna be okay. But look at his colors. They are just gorgeous. He's a tricolor baby. Oh, hey, you're okay. You're okay. So you want to make sure that whenever you wipe off his pasty butt, that the blockage around his butt isn't there anymore. You want to make sure that it's completely off. Otherwise, it'll stop them up, and they could just get to where they can't use the bathroom and eventually die from it, just like pasty butt with chicken. So you want to make sure that you clean off the baby goat's butt and make sure that the mom is doing her job of licking the butt and cleaning them off so they can be okay. But he's okay. He was able to get cleaned off. Eventually, his mom did her job, and he's all healthy and good now, aren't you? Yeah. He's so cute. So one of the problems that you may face with having a single kid for your first time goat mama is that one of her teats might get used more than the other. So Pepper over here, who's currently in the pool with Penelope or Junie. So there's Junie and Pepper. So Pepper was only using one teat for the longest time, and if that happens, a goat can actually get what's called mastitis, I believe is what it's called. Basically, their teat can get so big that it'll just become a blockage and it'll hurt, and they won't be able to milk out of it anymore, and it'll basically just become a non-functional teat. And we were getting really scared, and we were actually just going on a trip because they gave birth earlier than what we planned. We thought it was going to be into February, and we'd have plenty of time to get another goat pen and all of that. But as you know, goats do not care, and they're going to do whatever they want. So they gave birth a lot earlier, so we didn't have time to plan for all that. One of the tricks that you can do to get a baby to milk from the other side of the goat is you can put honey on it to make it a lot sweeter and then go after it. That didn't work for our goat. What worked for our goat were prayers. We really just prayed that everything would be okay, that she would milk really well, and that she would start using both sides, and there would be no other problems. And then when we came back, we saw her do exactly that. She started milking from both sides. So really it was an answer of prayer, and now she is our biggest goat. Let me see if I can get her. Our first, and it looks like she's going to be a black and white Nigerian dwarf, and she does have some brown around the eyes, and you can see a little bit of brown in her fur, but really she's going to be pretty much a solid black girl with a little white spot. Junie and Bella actually did a really good job cleaning their babies' butts. They were able to poop, and they were really clean. Yeah, they were able to milk them. The babies fed really good off of both Bella and Junie. Another thing that you need to think about for your baby goats are minerals. Minerals are super important. Put them low enough to where the goats can get it. Getting those first minerals in them so they know where to get them is very, very important for helping them grow and help them be healthy goats So make sure that you do that, and make sure that they're low enough for them and that you have enough for the baby goats and the adults to all eat minerals. Another thing that you need to have is your baby goat emergency kit. So this has everything that you need for baby goat births. This is a worst case scenario. The thing about farming and homesteading in general, you want to make sure that you prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So we have colostrum. This is just a small bag of colostrum, and it's for your baby goats whenever they first get born. You want to make sure that you give them this right away if the mama does not let them milk them, or if they reject the baby. Now, if they reject them, you're going to need a much bigger bag than this, but this is a great starter bag just in case you see somebody falling behind and they're not getting enough milk. You want to make sure that you have this. And along with that, you need to have a bottle. All this you can get on Amazon. So this is a perfect little bottle for them, and you just fill it up a little bit, however much it tells you to fill it up on the bag, and then you're all set. So the colostrum is really good and only good for the first day of life. After that, you need to go to something like milk, or just goat milk in general, that you can find online, or you can go to Tractor Supply and they'll have just normal goat milk to be able to bottle feed your kids. So the second thing you need are gigantic gloves. Now the bag kind of bursted a little bit, but these gloves are the ones that go all the way up to here. So if something horrible goes wrong, and the mama can't push, the mama's having trouble with the baby, or the baby's all turned around inside, you can put on one of these gloves, go in and help out. Make sure you don't pull, and that you just turn a little bit very lightly and try to get the baby out and have her push out as much as possible. You never really want to pull out the baby. You could hurt the mom and you could hurt the baby. So make sure you watch a ton of videos before you start going in to your mama. Do some research before your kids give birth. I'm not a vet, so take my advice as you will, but make sure that you do have these gloves and that you're prepared for worst case scenario with your goat mom. Along with the gloves, you want to make sure you have some lube. So just put it on your glove so your hand can slide in there very nicely. I don't need to go into depth over that. Next thing you need is some iodine. Iodine is pretty important for the baby right after they're born. With their umbilical cord, you want to make sure that you dip it into a little bit of iodine just to kind of clear up anything that might be on it, so it doesn't have any type of infection. Or if you do see something on it and maybe you just didn't know you needed iodine, make sure you put iodine on it as soon as possible. You can even rub it on the back of the mama's butt just in case. But iodine is very important. Not really a necessity, but I do think that it's important, especially if you're here for the goat birth, to just go ahead and dip it in iodine and make sure that there's no infection that's going to happen with your baby goats. You know, I'd rather be safer than sorry. So that's what's in our emergency bag. Like and comment on this video and let us know what's in your emergency bag. We'd love to know what maybe we're missing, if we need some more stuff. I'm sure some of y'all are going to put scissors for the umbilical cord. We definitely have a pair of those. I just forgot to put them in there. But let us know what's in your emergency bag. We'd love to hear about it.